Stakeholders have called for women inclusiveness in politics and other high-ranking positions in Nigeria for effective speaking in Abuja at a conference with the theme, The Glass Ceiling and Women's Leadership in Nigeria, Realities and Reflections. The country director, Heinrich Foundation, Sophie von Knebel, underscored the key role women play in the development of any society. She added that women constitute a greater population of Nigeria, hence the need for them to be part of the nation's decision-making.
We noticed that in Nigeria it's very difficult for women to come in leadership positions, and that's because of the systemic barriers that there are. And we want to talk about these barriers and how to support each other, how women can support women in order to destroy this kind of barriers and to support each other in coming into leadership positions. Our motivation is that we think that women make half of the population in Nigeria. So it's really important for them to get a voice in politics, in media, in the private sector. And so we conducted a study about female leadership and to ask women, like young women and more experienced women, how they perceived their way, what were the barriers that they were facing in coming into leadership positions.
Similarly, other women lend their voices to the struggles of Nigerians as it affects the nation's development. They added that with the increased number of women in leadership positions, most of the problems will be solved.
Findings from two of HBS's projects, a study on women's political participation and a need assessment of market women associations in Oyo State, show that Nigerian women sometimes unintentionally and deliberately impede one another's advancement. The political participation study revealed that some women who have attained leadership roles do not mentor others, and in some cases act as gatekeepers who reinforce patriarchal norms. Some of the women's behavior has become so challenging that some subordinates have called for their removal, thereby strengthening the very glass ceiling that limits women's upward mobility. Scholars link this situation to long-term stigmatization, marginalization, muted voices, and restrictive belief that there is only one seat at the table for women. As a result, some women have become timid or withdrawn when they attain leadership positions, while others become overly aggressive or hostile.
At Bread for the World, and particularly through the Dialogue and Partnership Service here in Nigeria, we work closely with civil society actors, youth networks, and community-based organizations. So I'm truly encouraged to see a dedicated space that brings women together, that brings allies together across generations, across sectors, and across lived realities. We meet at a time, obviously, when Nigeria is navigating significant socioeconomic pressures, shrinking civic spaces, insecurity, and rising inequality. These realities weigh heavily on women, not only as caregivers, as community anchors, but also as leaders that are pushing for justice, accountability, and social transformation.
They called on women to remain committed by collaborating and share ideas on how to navigate their numerous challenges.